morning, Ruth. My name is Dr. Fraser. How are you today?
I'm alright.
Okay. So before I begin talking to you, I just want to let you know a little bit about confidentiality. So as you know, anything that you say in my office today is going to be kept between me and you unless you tell me that you're going to harm yourself or someone else, or unless you tell me that you're going to harm a child or an elderly person. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about why you came in my office today?
Boy, I've been having like my stomach keep fluttering in the night and I can't sleep. I have to get up and walk around and, pace the room to try and fall asleep. I've been feeling very stressed out, having panic attacks, and, my family is having a rough time.
Okay, Ruth, so you told me that you're having problems falling asleep and you're struggling to go to bed at night, you pace around the room a lot. You also told me that you're having some family problems that have been plaguing you. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. My husband, I'm not getting along with him. He reminds me so much of my father. There was this one time when I was 6, right? And I was in this room at my house and I was playing with this little boy that was in my neighborhood. And we were just young, we were just two little children. And we were just, he wanted to play doggy house with me. And I was so young and innocent. I never think anything of it. I did just want to play. And him end up do something really appropriate and show me penis. And my father run in the room and see us and him run him out and curse him and everything, and him curse me, and I felt so guilty and I felt so bad, and I just feel like it's something that I feel like I can't get over it. I think about it all the time. I think it really affects me. I feel guilty. I feel so ashamed. And you know what too? I don't know. I just feel so ashamed. I don't want to feel that way anymore.
Okay, Ruth, so how old were you at the time when this incident
I was
occurred?
6.
Okay, well, one of the things we can try and do is to get you to focus on the here and now and what's been going on with you right now. So how do you think that this incident is impacting your life now and your marriage, maybe?
And boy, I because I'm so guilty, me and my husband, I don't feel sexy. When I think about sex, I feel dirty. And I can't enjoy sex anymore. And I just feel, I'm not a happy person anymore. I want things to change.
Okay, Ruth, I noticed while you were talking to me about that incident that occurred some time ago, your legs started shaking uncontrollably. So, would you be willing to maybe take part in an experiment with me?
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to focus on your leg and continue to shake it as you're shaking it, and when you're finished we're going to talk a little bit about it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, Ruth, so while you continue to shake your leg, can you tell me what you were feeling?
I just started to get even more angry and frustrated. Yeah. That's how I feel.
And can you finish a sentence for me? Right now I feel very angry and frustrated because?
Right now, I feel very angry and frustrated because I don't understand what you're doing with this exercise. I don't understand the point of it. And another thing too, my daughter Jenny just really frustrated me. She just thinks I have to be the perfect mother. She thinks I have to be super mama. I mean, I've taken care of her all my life. Look, see a picture of her? Isn't she sweet?
Yes.
And that's when she was younger. She was such a good little girl, and then now she's just doing so many things to frustrate me. The other day, we were sitting down in the living room watching TV, and we just saw her on this really sleazy television show, and that's just not how I raised her. And I just can't understand. These things just frustrate me, and the people in my house, my loved ones, they're just not considering me. I mean, how can they not consider me? I've done so much for them. So much.
Well, Ruth, I noticed that you keep on saying that you've done so much for them and
Yes.
they're not you feel as though they're not appreciating you and the things that you've been doing for them. Okay, But I haven't heard you take a lot of responsibility for things that you're doing, right?
What do you mean?
As in, I haven't heard you say maybe Jenny's doing this because I did this with Jenny, or maybe John is acting this way because I'm doing this with John, or anything like that.
Oh. Well, I mean, I suppose I can understand where you're coming from, Doctor. I never really looked at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you know, I'm not perfect either.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose I could take responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
So would you be willing to take part in another experiment whereby we can implement some methods that you would be more willing to take responsibility?
Sure.
Okay. So from now on, any sentence that you say to me, I want you to say, I take responsibility at the end of it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So continue to talk to me about Jenny and John, and just remember to implement the phrase, I take responsibility at the end of it, okay?
All right. Well, my daughter is not perfect. I take responsibility.
That's right.
My marriage is on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I take responsibility. I'm not happy. I want more out of life. I take responsibility.
So Ruth, how did that exercise make you feel?
You know, it made me think about things in a different light. Yes,
Okay.
it was good.
So during the exercise, you said that Jenny's not perfect, and you take responsibility for that. Do you think that's an accurate measure?
I mean, I don't expect her to be perfect, but I would love for her to be perfect. You know, but I do take responsibility. I should. I mean, I am the one that raised her, and look at how she is now.
But Ruth, we have to allow people to live their own lives and do things that they want to do. So can you really take responsibility for everything in Jenny's life?
I can't. I guess I have to give her, give her room to grow on her own and be her own person.
So Ruth, what are some things in your life that are going on right now that you think that you could take responsibility for?
Well, my marriage with John, you know, we can work on it, and I would love for us to work on it. And my family, you know, we're having a rough time, but you know, with the grace of God, we can work on it.
And those are reasonable things that you have some control over.
Yes.
And things that you could change right now.
Yes.
Okay, Ruth, so we focused on a lot today. We spoke a lot about your daughter Jenny. We spoke about your marriage with John, and we spoke about some other issues that were going on with you. So I'm going to end today's session, and you can come back next week if you so desire, okay?